Psalm of the Day musical paraphrase, number 199, Psalm 84, 1 through 8. Oh Lord, how lovely is this place you have chosen to dwell. My soul longs, my heart and my flesh cry out for your courts that I love so well. Yes, the sparrow has now found a house, and the swallow for herself a nest. Upon your altars, O Lord, my King and my God, where even she and her young may rest. How blessed are those who dwell in your house, who perform their duties day and night. Their lives continually should be filled with your praise. To serve you, Lord, should be their delight. O Lord, how lovely is this place you have chosen to dwell. My soul longs, my heart and my flesh cry out for your courts that I love so well. Blessed is he whose strength rests in you, in whose heart is found your righteous ways. As he walks through Baca's valley, he digs a well. From up above, rain there also stays. They go from strength to strength through this life, till before God they stand in Zion's land. O Lord of hosts, hear my prayer. O Jacob's great God, hear as I pray. Lord, now understand. O Lord, how lovely is this place you've chosen to dwell. My soul longs, my heart and my flesh cry out for your courts that I love so well. This is known as the Pearl of Psalms. The psalm is one of my favorites. Spurgeon refers to Psalm 84 as the Pearl of Psalms. May I share with you what it means to me? First of all, in verses 1 and 2, the worship of God. Obviously, the most beautiful place in the mind of the psalmist is the place where God dwells. In the Old Testament, Jehovah's designated place of dwelling and meeting with man is in the Holy of Holies in the temple and the Ark of the Covenant. Although Jehovah God personally meets with man anywhere and everywhere, in the temple is where God executes and displays his administrations with mankind under the Davidic covenant. David loved his God. Therefore, David loved his house. David also loved Jehovah's presence, and it is evident that he longed for a close, personal relationship. His longing for his God, not a relic or a symbol, neither will a memory or a promise suffice for the ever-present, living, holy, and loving God. First of all, the worship of God, verse 1 and 2. Now, the wonders of God, verse 3. His graciousness and mercy extended to, first of all, the worthless one. A sparrow hath found a house. Secondly, the swallow, the wanderer, a nest for herself, where she may lay her young, even thine altars, O Lord of hosts, my King and my God. And third of all, we see the workmen of God. Blessed, in verse 4, are those that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee. Not only the ministers and caretakers of your house, O Lord, but those of your family, your children, will still be praising thee. Although referring to those priests and ministers who lived in the temple for an extended time in service for the sanctuary, the analogy holds true for all who dwell in fellowship and service with the Lord Jesus Christ. And fourthly, the wonders of the ways of God. Verse 5, blessed is the man whose strength is in thee, in whose heart are the ways of them. The ways of God cannot be taught. They must be wrought by a seeking heart and a devoted spirit. His ways become our ways. And number 5, the wells of God in verse 6, who passing through the valley of Baca make it a well. Those who are going through the valley of sorrows, weeping and so forth, dig a well by their faithfulness, that others may drink by their example and testimony. Notice, he says the sustenance comes from above. The rain, as grace, fills the pools. Number 6, the will of God. Verse 7, they go from strength to strength. Every one of them in Zion appears before the Lord, not from strength to weakness, but strength to strength. And you and I will make it through his strength, just as we are told. Every one of them in Zion, the city of God, appears before the Lord. Number 7, the watchfulness of God. Verse 9, it says, we look upon the face of thine anointed, O Lord. What a glorious thought. Oh, how much he cares for his children. He lavishes his blessings upon us, and most of all manifests his presence by his closeness. Number 8, the wages of God. That's found in verse 10. For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. A day in your temple, we could say a day, says presence, Lord, is better than 1,000 anywhere else. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in your house, Lord, than to dwell in the house of the wicked as an honored guest. A crumb from your table, Lord, is better than a banquet with the wicked. And last of all, number 9, the wealth of God. In verse 11, the Lord is a sun and a shield. He will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. Just look around you at those of his children. The closer they walk, the more they shine with his glory. They are not only given grace, but they also disperse grace as they serve him. The children of grace, they desire his grace. They are delegated grace. They delight in grace. They display his grace, and they disperse grace. Blessings.